In this video, we'll be looking at the expected value of a committee. For our example, a committee of 3 is to be selected from a group of 7 undergraduate students and 5 graduate students. What is the expected number of graduate students? Like any of our expected value problems, we'll start off with a table where we list all of the possible outcomes, the x's, and the probability of each of the possible outcomes, the p's. Since the committee is to be 3 people, there could be 0, 1, 2, or 3 graduate students on the committee. To find the probability of each of these occurring, we'll use combinations since we're selecting a group of people from a larger group of people where the order doesn't matter. Let's first look at the probability of the committee having 0 graduate students. And let's start with the denominator. There are 7 undergraduate students and 5 graduate students, so that's 12 total people, of which we want to select 3. So that will be combination 12, 3. For our numerator, we want 0 graduate students to be selected from the 5, so that's combination 5, 0. But we can't stop there because we have to account for who will be on the committee. So if there are 0 graduate students, that means all of them must be undergraduates. So from the 7 undergraduates, 3 would be on the committee. So that's combination 7, 3. And we'll multiply that times the combination 5, 0, since we want both 0 graduate students and 3 undergraduate students. For 1 graduate student, our denominator would be the same, combination 12, 3. And for our numerator, we want 1 graduate student out of the 5, so that's combination 5, 1, which would mean we would need 2 undergraduate students on the committee, so combination 7, 2. And we'd multiply those together. For 2 graduate students, still the same denominator, combination 12, 3. And for the numerator, we want 2 graduate students, so that's combination 5, 2. And combination 7, 1, since we would want 1 undergraduate, and we'll multiply those together. And then lastly, for 3 graduate students, still the same denominator, combination 12, 3. We want 3 graduate students out of the 5, so combination 5, 3. And that would mean we would have no undergraduate students, so that would be combination 7, 0. And we'd multiply those together. Calculating each of these probabilities, we'll get 7 44ths, 21 44ths, 7 22nds, and 1 22nd, respectively. And then to calculate our expected value, we'll multiply each outcome times its probability. So 0 times 7 44ths, 1 times 21 44ths, 2 times 7 22nds, and 3 times 1 22nd. And we'll add all of those together. And what that's going to give us is 1.25. And so what that tells us is that if this committee were chosen an infinite number of times, the average number of graduate students on the committee would be 1.25.